Hi, Richard from Everybody E-Bikes. Today I wanted to talk to you about the difference between PAS or cadence motor control and torque-based motor control. So we now have the ability to convert a number of our bikes between PAS or torque control. So in this case we have our EZI-Step 20-inch folding bike. We can supply it with a torque sensor in the bottom bracket, or we can supply it with what's called a PAS sensor on the bottom bracket. They are both exactly the same bike. They have a hub motor in the front wheel. They have the same display on both of them, but one of them has what we call the PAS control and one of them has torque control. So this is the PAS or cadence-based control. We still have 5 power levels here that we can adjust for our power levels. The first thing you notice is when you start pedaling on a PAS control bike, you have to pedal for about a half a revolution before the power kicks in. So I'm going to start pedaling now. So I'm pushing, and now the power comes on. So now I'm just going to demonstrate what happens when we're pedaling. So I'm going to pedal at the same speed. The power's on now in power level 1 and I'm doing 7 kilometers an hour. I'm going to go to power level 2. I'm not changing my pedaling speed. I'm now going 10 kilometers an hour. Now I'm going to 3, I'm doing 12 kilometers an hour, 15 kilometers an hour, 4. So you can see I'm still pedaling at the same speed. I'm now doing 19 kilometers an hour. And then if I go to power level 5, I'll be able to do 25 k's an hour pedaling slow. So as you can see with the PAS-based control, you have the ability to pedal very slowly with very little pressure on your legs, putting on the pedals, and the bike's pulling you along. This can be a positive or a negative depending on how you want to ride the bike. Some people, very low muscle strength, they fatigue quickly, they want to just be able to pedal along slowly and allow the bike to do the work for them and pull them along. There are other people who actually don't like that feeling and don't like the sensation that the bike is getting away from them and would prefer to be in control of the power. That's where the torque-based system comes in. Another thing about PAS control is you get what you call ghost pedaling. So that's where you're just pedaling along, no resistance on the pedals, and the bike's doing all the work. And you'll quite often read about people saying, what do I do about ghost pedaling? Why is the bike ghost pedaling? So we have quite a few customers now who talk about wanting to go on the rail trail, wanting to go on, a bit off, not off road, but on, maybe gravel tracks and things like that. And one of the issues with the PAS control is that it's very difficult to go slow but still have the power, because to get the power you need to go up into a higher power level. So I'm in power level 5 now, trying to go slow, pedal slowly, because I'm trying to, let's say, negotiate a bit of a tricky maneuver going around some potholes or something, and you can see the motor just wants to speed up to 25 k's an hour and start spinning. So it's very difficult to control the bike at low speed but still have enough power to get, do what you want to do. This is one of the disadvantages of the PAS control, low speed. So now I'm on the torque-based control bike. Torque means that it's going to respond to the amount of pressure I put on the pedals. The more I push on the pedal, the more power it's going to give me. I've still got 5 power levels, but when I push, I'm going to get more power. So the first thing you'll notice is when I push here and to get started, that the motor is going to come on very quickly. So I'm pushing and there's the power, almost not instantaneous, but very quickly. So I'll just do that again. I'm pushing and there's the power now. So as opposed to the PAS or cadence, where it took me about a revolution to get the power to come on, this one is very quick. So now I'll demonstrate what happens when we're riding. I'm in power level 1. See, I'm pedaling slowly. I'm getting 6-7 kilometers an hour. I'm now going to go to power level 2. Still pedaling the same speed. I'm going, 9 kilometers an hour. Level 3, still 9 kilometers an hour. Level 4, still 9 kilometers an hour. And level 5, still the same. So the thing about torque control is it's only going to go as fast as you're pedaling, and the only way to go faster, I can pedal faster, or I can change gears and go up to a higher gear. So it's just like a mechanical bike in that it's going to respond to what I'm doing, how I'm pedaling, as opposed to the PAS control, which when I went up the power levels, it wanted to go faster and faster, even though I was pedaling at the same speed. This one is only responding to what I'm doing. So even though I'm in power level 5, I can pedal very slowly and go nice and slowly. So if I need to do some tricky maneuvers, it's very easy to do that. And if I need the power, then I push and you can see then that the motor started spinning, but as soon as I ease off on the pedals, then it slows down again. So it gives you a very intuitive, very natural sort of feel on the bike, unlike the PAS, which can sort of get away on you. So who's the torque-based system suitable for? If you don't have a lot of muscle strength or you fatigue quickly, then torque-based system isn't going to be that good for you, because you need to be able to keep pedaling. You can't ghost pedal like you can on the PAS bike. You have to be able to push a bit when you get to a hill or you want to go faster. And you do need to be able to control the gears more. You have to have an idea of gearing and be able to change gears, because otherwise you're going to be stuck in one speed. But if you're the sort of rider who, still reasonably able-bodied, wants to feel like they're in control of the bike and has reasonable muscle strength, then the torque system may be the sort of bike you want. So in terms of battery life, with the same battery capacity on both bikes, you should get further with a torque-based system, because you can't ghost pedal or cheat like you can on a PAS control bike. On that one, on the PAS one, you can just cruise along, let the bike do all the work, so therefore you're using more battery power. On this one, if you go softly and you pedal softly, then you're going to go slow and not use as much battery. So you tend to have longer distance available out of a torque-based control bike. Thanks for watching this video. Everybody E-Bikes is a specialist electric bike and trike business. If you've got any questions about this video, then please feel free to give us a call. If you want to do a test ride, then come into our Gaythorne shop, where we have a large area for riding and you can choose from our full range of trikes and bikes. Thanks again.